On today's episode of The Endless Becoming, I find myself very much in the middle of where I am and where I want to be. My friends and I have created a safe little world to deepen into our art practice and meet all of our edges together with the safety of this land and all the elements. Here's a day in our art residency. I've been waking up pretty early these days, and the first thing that I like to do is wash my face because that means I'm ready to start my day. And from there, I'm so happy to report that I've been pretty consistent with my yoga practice again, which I was really waiting for because I don't like to force myself into my practices that I know are good for me, because often that just isn't sustainable and it creates this weird relationship with them. Afterwards, I give myself an extended period of time to greet the sea, which has been my lover for the past week. Getting all of this done first thing in the morning means that I can spend the day inside, hunched over a canvas, and not feel so guilty about it. Hello, my sweet earth angels. Thank you so much for being here and joining me today. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so excited to be sharing these moments with you. For the next week, I'm in an artist residency in Turkey, which actually my friends and I created together through our own little hopes and dreams and love for just crafting and facing ourselves. But my friend Renk is Turkish, and her family rents out this cottage every summer, and they have some extra rooms. So Reese and I paid a little deposit and got to join the family this year. We are hosting a retreat, a artist residency, where we're bringing people together to do their craft and to share yoga and breath and mindfulness along with their own creative practices, along with this beautiful landscape of Turkey. So the week before, we decided to gift ourselves a little residency to really get acclimated in our own practice. It almost feels silly to make a video about art and painting when I'm at the very beginning of my journey. It feels weird to document moments of imperfection or just being an absolute novice at anything, because it's like, what do I have to share about this? And also it's slightly embarrassing, but I am really trying to cultivate and celebrate a beginner's mind. So I've been painting for the past 4.5 hours. And my brain feels a little fried. We listened to Ram Dass, we listened to our melancholy playlist way too many times. So now I'm gonna make some yummy gözleme, which is a Turkish traditional food that is so good. It's a flaky little pastry of sorts. It's so thin. Putting roasted eggplant right in the middle. Just been rejoicing in the fact that I'm getting to cook all of my meals every single day, eat super local, fresh. That has been a huge, simple bliss of my life that I haven't had access to in a while, I feel like. And then what we're gonna do is just brush some oil on each of the flaps so that it sticks. I probably should have looked up a recipe, but one flap, and we got the other flap. Fold this over, and then we'll flip this on top. Pretty easy, and I'm also going to experiment with other fillings because I think some mushrooms would be good inside. I don't know. Let's try this fresh gözleme.
Tastes like the aunties.
Yeah. I'm so flaky.
It's fire.
She said it was fire.
I have a water bottle now.
Yay!
I don't think it's I need 2 boiled.
In the evenings, we always take a short walk or hike, either up the mountain or to this olive grove, which is just so stunning. And this is kind of like our dance space. Dance some offerings to the trees, sing some offerings. The truth is, I couldn't possibly take any of these light-filled moments for granted. Every single time I find myself breathing deep into ease, and in my conversation with God, every time I feel close to the stuff of life, I feel that peace rippling into every crack in my heart. Joy means so much more to me because I have spent most of my life with programs of fear and doubt and questioning. And even after years of pretty regulated living, I still bow down in immense gratitude because I know how loud it can get and I know how intense it can be in a single moment. So I sink deep, deep down into my bliss and I let it completely take over. Being in a regular and slightly monotonous routine is part of our residency value. We've been creating our own manifesto, and something that means a lot to us is creating space for boredom and allowing yourself to commit to the things that feel good and also be curious about the things that feel bad. I feel like that's where innovation comes from, and that's where our expression just starts to claw through when we have nothing to do but finally face ourselves and pick up our favorite mediums. Good night, then. It is another day of painting. I'm working on this canvas, which I started this week, and we are also preparing for our retreat. So today we're going to do a lot of just fleshing out all of our workshops, and we're so excited to just share everything that has helped us self-resource in the world and feel capable of facing all parts of ourselves and making it into something true. Now, I'm not even going to say beautiful or whatever, but making it into something true and translating our internal worlds. I feel like that's what art is for me. That's the vibe. Probably going to swim a little bit, drink 5 cups of chai. Thank you, baby. Thank you. That's really what I got going on right now. And that's that on that. Reese and I thought about making a podcast. We would call it That's That on That, but that's a ridiculous name. Very dumb. Suchi and Toti. Suchi and Toti. Forecast is coming in. A little bit of agitation that we're neutralizing back to equanimity, and some tears coming in on the left this morning. Holotropic breathing followed by cold plunge, and should be having a great day after that. But the answer.
Oh my god, that would be such a cute. It's like a Japanese surf rock, but that's nice.
It's like we're theater kids, ex-theater kids, but we never actually were in theater. And the play is life. Even though I'm a beginner painter and the worlds that live inside me are far from being accurately represented in my paintings, I still feel this chemical process happening where I feel changed by something I'm painting. I've been working on surrealism, and so painting memories that may have been heavy and turning them into something beautiful, it feels like a kiss on a scar. I just got out of the sea and I'm going to write a few yoga sequences for next week. I made themes for each one and we finished our little schedule, which feels really good. We each sort of work remotely, so we do work, we paint, we go in the ocean, we craft, we work. It's just such a cycle and routine, and doing the same thing every single day really creates a space for, deepening into the craft and getting bored enough to do the things that we always say that we want to do if only we had more time. That is the secret sauce of a residency. It's just kind of like giving you enough time and space in your boredom to pick up the paintbrush, pick up the medium that you low-key kind of avoid because it's confronting, but you confront it enough that it becomes like more of a smoother transition. But anyway, I'm figuring out what to wear. I haven't worn pants in a long time and it feels kind of nice. That's the update. I'm feeling very chill, a little bit morose today for some reason, feeling like I took a lot of alone time, and yeah, just feeling quiet. For a boat day that Rank's family planned for us, and I'm so excited. Okay, no, I'm honestly I'm excited, but I feel like I have a lot to do, so I'm gonna try to do it this morning / on the boat. And I love like the disheveled spaces of a shared home, you know, like everyone's towels, everyone's toothbrushes here. This is just making me very happy. I wanted to share that I use zinc oxide sunscreen with shea butter, and it's really strong, it's really protective, it's reef safe. This is the brand Surf Dirt. I also like putting my hair in braids anytime I'm doing intense nature activities. Anytime that I'm hiking, I do a braid, so today I'm gonna do a French braid. I also have been putting oils in my hair every day after I wash the salt out because it is so drying. Boat day!
Boat day! Coming back with my scarf in a second.
I also usually carry with me a essential oil roll-on tube, some kind of chapstick for the lips, and then a pouch with tons of hair ties, bobby pins, safety pins. We went to that night market last night and I found some really cute things that I wanted to share because they resonate with my very soul, including firstly this clip. The colors, the vibe, it's just gorgeous. So this is a resin leaf. Also got this green resin flower necklace, which is such a specific vibe, but I think it'll be really cute to wear just tied back. I love a huge heart. I had this really gorgeous gold locket that I lost, and it was about a similar size, and ever since then I've been trying to fill the heart-shaped locket hole in my heart. Found this auntie's booth with tons of scarves. I got this sheer one that I have wrapped around my waist, and I love a rectangular shaped scarf because you can wear them so easily as a top, as a skirt. And I found this one that looks exactly like this skirt in my painting, which is kind of crazy, pero look at it. And then I also got this lace scarf, which is just very dramatic, very Lana coated. I'm going to get my little bag together and get ready for this boat day. It feels like a little middle school field trip and I'm so excited. Theme that feels present for me is not falling victim to imposter syndrome and knowing it's okay to claim my power, to have a thought that might feel profound to me, that might feel insignificant and cliche to anyone else. I'm learning every single day that however we take up space is medicine for someone in the world, even if we ourselves look back and cringe at what we might have said or the level of consciousness that we were at. It ties in with being an artist in the way that it feels a little awkward and cumbersome to step into those shoes and claim, even when your art doesn't feel good or isn't having an immense impact. It's just trusting your own inner world to be unique and meaningful. And I want to empower everyone to share their voice and tell their story and make whatever art wants to come through, because I think doubting and feeling imposter syndrome is part of the process and journey. And I'm so grateful that these videos give me an opportunity to face that doubt every single week and move through it and make something that feels true to me. Hello. I feel like I always look slightly disheveled because I feel like I can't be bothered to look perfect every time I go on camera, putting on a little makeup, brushing my hair, coiffing it. I'm fine looking lived in. But I woke up this morning, did my practice, did some computer work, and now we're going to the market to grocery shop for the week and pick up art materials for our retreat at my favorite store that this grandfather owns. I think he's almost 80, or I think he's maybe 90, and he brags about it, but in Turkish, so I don't fully recollect, but it's such a sweet shop and everything is very affordable. So that is the mission for today. Every experience in the world is a deep dive into many different aspects of self if you're present enough, even just being in this house and knowing how to listen to when I need to be alone, or watching how present I am when I'm eating alone versus with friends. My relationship to allowing myself to rest and noticing when I feel guilty that I'm even here and get to live this life. Questioning if it's even worthy of me to take time to make art and try to translate my inner world. It's all a little psychological study in my head, and I'm just collecting field notes with my friends. What I know to be most true, though, is we're each finding sustainable connection with our own forms of wellness, and it is always informing what we want to do, how we want to serve in this life, and every moment feels fulfilling simply because we're being curious about how we can be part of some collective homecoming. Sunrise here is insane, but today is our last day in this house before heading out to host our very own residency, our very own retreat, and we all just feel so ready and excited. And this past week I painted 2 canvases, which is more than I've done I think ever in my life, and I started and finished this painting. And let me tell you, this is kind of vulnerable. I don't, think my art is anything groundbreaking or serious, but the mere fact that I made something that I don't hate and I finished a canvas is pretty cool to me. We have bunnies in utero. This is the bunny creation story. Definitely inspired by Helma af Klint with DNA strand, but then I weaved in my own cottagey vibe, and I wanted to paint things to heal my inner child, hence my childhood bedroom, but reimagined. This is a window. It kind of looks like a painting, but I'm gonna add the shutters. And I have my bunny because I actually had 8 bunnies growing up, so they're kind of like a symbol of my childhood and my innocence. And I haven't added any light or shadow yet, so everything looks very flat, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this week at the residency, since we are all meant to be working on our own art. Being outside and growing as a woman, I just feel so differently about everything, but really it's just that I'm so much more confident in my own perception that I feel so much less bothered by anyone else's. I'm just gonna be myself and make what I want and do what I want and live the way I believe. I feel very fulfilled in that and so immensely privileged to live this life. And it is weird to share that. Like, I'm just making art every day. And I created this little way of life for myself, and so have all my friends, even though none of us have come from any sort of money, but it feels like we're creating pockets on the earth of a lifestyle that we believe in and a community that is nourishing. It feels like a model rather than an escape. It's actually like diving deeper into the self, and I'm just so excited to offer this to other people. Hopefully we will have more in the future that are paid for by grants. This is the whole thing, is we want to offer residencies to artists for free, people who don't have time to make art in their day, people who aren't getting paid. We want to offer exposure to artists we believe in. It's this whole new little world that we're trying to craft, and this is the very first version of this model, but in the future we do hope to find ways to really just get people who are making really amazing stuff feel supported in that and amplified. We believe in the artists. We want the art to live. There are so many people with so many beautiful things to create that aren't able to. We shall see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending these days with me, just living through this human experience in a slightly more tender way. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. And I will see you in a video soon. Bye-bye.